how helpful that would be when I want to go backpacking. Just throw them all in the backpack, get on the trail, walk along with that. Oh, maybe not my back. I guess I'm not that strong, but oh well, that's okay. Just thought I'd show you the backpack. Once again, the company name was Everki, Everki, and I just think they sell that. I hope not. So now we'll move on to Tsukuba Robotics. Tsukuba is actually an area in Japan that they've been focusing on robotics as well as automation. And interestingly enough, they had about 5 different tables at the show, an entire section based around these Tsukuba robotics. So what you see here on the screen is a baby seal, and they actually had this baby seal out and about. He moved his arms a little bit, moved his head around, blinked, and made some noises. Now, the pacifier that you see in mouth, yeah, that's actually a power cord. So giving it to a small child, maybe not the best idea, but hey, it's interesting to think about, and they're doing some research. So, I wanted to mention about Tsukuba, actually, before I move on. They also had this company, this man, I believe it was, I want to say JT Robotics, and they are actually working on a set of mini robot kits that you can build, and then you can program using black and white boxes. So it uses binary, of course, with the black and white boxes. It reads the boxes, and then you can program it visually. So a huge benefit to younger consumers, younger students who don't understand programming and want to learn. You give them one of these little robots, you have them create their own script based on the pictures that are on the cards. You line up the cards and then run the device over it. And just kind of crazy how you could program visually. So if you have more questions about that, feel free to ask me via email at the end. This is Video FX. You can see the 2 screens here. On the left was 2D video, and on the right was 3D converted video. So not only could you watch your 3D video not only could you watch your 2D video in HD now with up conversion, you can watch 2D video in 3D with up conversion. Now, I would love to say this product was perfect. Of course it's not. It was at the show. They haven't been full funded. They don't have a good working system yet. The demo that they had was great. It looked really cool. It has great promise. But after watching their 3D for about 2 minutes, I started to get a headache. And so I would recommend it now, but keep your eyes open for future years for this company, Video FX. That's Video EFX. And definitely look for them because I'm sure their product will improve. Now, of course, while we were in Vegas, had to go to the MGM, had to go check out the Lions. Love the Lions at the MGM. I went and I watched them for a while. Just side note. Also went to M&M's World. I'm a stickler for candy, so, when bought a little bit, ate some, and hung out with the red M&M. I like the blue M&M more, though. Oh, pretzel M&Ms are so good. Anyway, moving on. So, I got to meet the ViewSonic Finches, which ended up on my Facebook as Viewpoint Inches for some reason. I think autocorrect got me on my phone. Yeah, I'm beginning to wonder whether autocorrect is a good thing or a bad thing, but in any case, the ViewSonic Finches here in the picture were very nice to me, and I learned that they are Gouldian finches. Had no idea before, so now all of you know that ViewSonic's finches, or birds, are actually Gouldian finches, and they're the ones on the little upper left corner of your screen. Upper left is that way. They're great birds, and ViewSonic makes great products. They're still doing LCDs and other visual products now, as well as projectors and other things. So Judy wanted a picture with them as well, of course. Just had to put that in there. So here's a card from the Central Florida Development Council. This is actually a group that works with development within Central Florida, of course, as described in the name. But they're specifically working on RFID innovation. RFID is radio frequency. And it's essentially a way to track items. It's a way to figure out where things are, what status they're at, etc. And on the card here, it says life sciences, medical services, research, engineering, high tech, logistics, supply chain management, agri-technology, agribusiness, and much more. And in reality, its uses are so wide I'm just so surprised that there's no consumer end, or consumer product. I would think that people would use RFID to find their keys, to find their remotes, to find their cell phones, etc. But for some reason, we're not doing it. So if anybody wants to invest some money in a new startup, I would love to talk to you about developing a customer version of these industrial RFID systems. Now, moving on, this is a company called Protester. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it. Essentially, what it does is it blocks incoming and outgoing calls and texts while driving. It figures out how fast you're going and then automatically blocks any and all communication. You can also set it to let you still communicate. However, it will notify you and say, you shouldn't be texting, you shouldn't be talking, and it'll log and see how many times you've texted or talked while you were driving when you weren't supposed to. This is a great parental tool to use for teenagers who have phones, who are driving for the first time, and should be focusing on driving rather than on their phones. I personally wouldn't use it because I don't text while I drive, and when I do a phone call, I have Bluetooth, but such is life. So, let's move on. Just a quick note about the TV hat. You can see this lovely woman on the beach wearing it. It's actually a baseball cap. Then it's got a little shade that goes all around the side of the hat. And then it's got a nice screen inside the hat. It's the equivalent of a 67-inch screen within the hat. And it comes with earpieces. So, of course, nobody will ever know what you're watching or what you're doing. Now, of course, this woman on the beach has forgotten that, as I move around oddly, this woman has just forgotten that whatever she has around her, she's probably going to lose because she can't hear anybody coming up to steal things, and she can't see anyone coming up to steal things. And most likely she's not psychic, and she can't just kind of understand that there's someone next to her. So, with that said, I wouldn't use this TV hat in public, but you could use it, let's say, when you're in a protected environment or somewhere that you don't really need to have external senses. So, moving on. This is actually, I think, one of the last products I'm going to talk about. These were air filters that were used by this company called Cabin Air. That's Cabin, C-A-B-I-N, Air, A-R, Cabin Air. And essentially what they do is they remove the particulate matter that comes out of printers and other electronic devices. I thought this was an ingenious idea because air circulation and air filtering in large office buildings is extremely expensive. And the idea that you could use a filter on a device to minimize cost is just outstanding. These are before filters. These are before they've been installed. There's actually a little silicone backing there that you just use kind of like a suction cup with a little bit of glue, and then that sticks on the edge. The filters, of course, inside are replaceable once you put the casing on. But then this is after. So you can see these are white. These are brown. The amount that comes out of those printers is insane. And I highly suggest using these as soon as they hit the market. I don't know if they've hit the U.S. market yet. This was actually an international company. But once they do, look for them because they will be great for your home office so you don't cough and sneeze when you get toner dust in the air. And we're back to the beginning. Back to the view. We left Vegas and came here to give this presentation, which I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions for me, you're more than welcome to send me an email. My email address is ricberw@pacbill.net. I'm just going to go ahead and open up Notepad here and type that out for you. That's ricberw@pacbill.net. Excuse me. We make that bigger so everyone can see it. And you're more than welcome to email me with any questions that you may have or anything that surprised you about the presentation, anything you'd like to learn more about. I can send you more information about it. Or you can talk to Judy. She may remember stuff if you have any questions for her as well. And I wanted to thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great night. Okay, see you soon.